Hello, everyone. Welcome back to ReeRoles. I am your storyteller, and I am here today to guide a group of wonderful people through the world of darkness. At the moment, we just recently had our conclusion to our Arythian Knights campaign, our Season 1, so definitely go and check that out if you didn't. Coming up, we still have a few other things over on the various channels which you can follow me on my socials at BigDudeRee to discover exactly what those are. But enough about me. It is now time for me to introduce all of these wonderful people here and let them tell you what they're all up to. We're going to start. We're going to start with Sir Monolith.
Hi, I'm Sir Monolith, playing Oliver Frost here tonight, and you can find me at Sir Monolith on the Twitters. Not doing a whole lot of projects right now, but you should definitely check out this one, as well as keep an eye on Ree's channel for the other games like Price of Power and Arythian Knights next episodes, along with other potential projects, because Ree seems to always be doing cool stuff.
I try really hard. Go ahead, your turn.
Hello, my name's Quinn Sellers. I enjoy playing and DMing Dungeons and Dragons. You can follow me on Twitter at QSellers or find me under the Mercenary Storyteller. But tonight I'm playing Erik Tristan, a mage looking for revenge and maybe a little bit of redemption. Both him and I use he, his pronouns, and thanks for joining us.
All right, next up, Carly.
Hi, I'm Carly. You can find me on Twitter at Carly Plays Games. I just like to play games. And tonight I'll be playing Bonnie. She's spooky, but very much fun.
But in a good way. In a good way.
Spooky in a good way. Is there spooky in a bad way, though?
The Ring.
Oh no, she's kind of cute.
There's no such thing. There's no spooky in a bad way.
This is why a certain demographic dies really quickly in the movie.
All right, well, this is how we're starting.
Hi, I'm Kara A58. I'm staying far away from the ring as much as possible. You can, of course, be able to find me on Twitter at TheKara858, and I'm playing Chiharu Samson. In terms of projects, I'll wait to the end of the session to talk about it, but that's me.
All right, with that, our cast has been introduced, and we are ready to dive back into our story. At the conclusion of our last episode, our cabal was split, two deciding to go and visit with their families, and the other two deciding to get a head start on the assignment that sent them here in the first place. Last we left off, both of our young and, we'll say, ambitious mages were making their way deeper into this home. As you both made your way further into the basement, you had this feeling come over you, this darker, this creepiness begin to surround you. For Erik, it wasn't too bad. You were able to power through. For your hermetic ally, it was a bit worse. But as you began to reach the bottom of the stairs, you look around and you see a part of the ground has been torn away. The kind of carpeted floor has been replaced, and you can see where there was wood at first, and then deeper down you got into the bedrock. And you realize there is a tunnel going deeper into the earth.
Going to just check back with Oliver first and see how he's doing.
It's not, you're not having fun. You definitely don't want to go into the hole. It definitely looks scary. There are probably dead people down there, if we're being completely honest.
Is that what Oliver's like thinking?
That's what you're thinking. That's what you're thinking.
I think we should. Maybe, I got Bonnie and Chiharu's number. Maybe I can just give a call. I'm sure they'll be over here pretty quick.
No, they're visiting family. Just let them do their thing. Are you dead? But did you die though? Or did you die?
No, but we might. There's probably dead people down there.
We've dealt with dead people before.
Yeah, but I don't
We were
want to be
once
one of
all
them.
dead at one point. I'm just saying.
What are you talking about? That Stardust nonsense?
Just saying, there's a cycle to things. You know, they're dead now, but they'll be alive at some point. Or, just hear me out, there's not dead people down there, and we'll just knock this out.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. How do you know there's no dead people down there?
Well, there is one way to find out. I just turn around and start walking down the cave hole.
Okay.
No, Erik.
I'll be fine. It's fine.
You hear like a slice.
Coward. Yeah.
Oliver says yes.
Okay.
Oliver might try to like inch a little bit just to kind of see, but I don't. He's gonna have a really hard time trying to actually go through the hole. He's probably gonna be stuck at the hole, perpetually contemplating his mortality.
All right. You watch as your companion, your cabal mate, disappears into the shadows in front of you. Erik, as you continue forward, you begin to see the shadows around you light up with a dull, sickly green glow. And as you walk, you see that the dirt almost begins to have these very small, very thin veins of this sickly green. And as you round a bend, maybe 15 feet further inside, you find almost buried into the dirt is this small, crystalline green flame.
If I recall from our last session, that we're aware that these nodes are just essentially places of power, not necessarily objects, or right. I'm not looking for anything in particular, or correct?
You know that it wouldn't be a very obvious thing, and you do know that some nodes like this do have a manifestation of magic, but nothing you see is make you think that that's what you're seeing here. You don't know what you're looking at.
Okay, and then in the ground, you said I see something kind of partly buried, like some kind of
Yeah.
crystal object.
Mhm.
Cautiously, I'd like to check it out if I could.
You can roll me intelligence and esoterica at difficulty 8. It's outside of your expertise.
Well, while Eric's down there, I'm trying to get hold of Chiharu and Bonnie. There's
We'll
no
touch
signal.
on that in a moment.
No
3
signal. No
successes?
signal.
Looking at it, you can definitely tell there is a spiritual aspect to whatever this is. Getting closer, it looks like a green flame, but it's wrong. It's almost like you can see when it's interacting with the ground. It's not so much as burning it as it's just eroding it away, almost as if it's dissolving or changing the ground around it. You know that no mage would do this, at least none that you would have encountered. This is very supernatural, very unordinary to you.
When you say it's changing the ground, is it spreading?
Yes, you
Or is it
realize it's almost as if it is putting down roots, but instead of a plant's roots, it's almost like green veins are spreading out from it.
I'm going to avoid touching it. It just sounds like I shouldn't touch it.
Good call. Oliver approves.
Or he would if he was here.
That's right. He would if he was there.
God, what can I do? I do have time. Can I do a? I'd like to do some kind. Can I do stuff without touching it? I would assume I could, right? Mage question. Reminder, new player to the game.
Generally, it is possible. It is up to you to tell me how you do it. So if you want to do something without touching it, just describe it that way.
I would. I'd like to pull out my pocket watch, and then in the dirt, I'm assuming it's loose dirt around it, and these green veins haven't quite taken over this cave yet. So, in a circle around the crystal, I kind of want to draw some runes in a complete circle around it, and then pull out my pocket watch. Instead of clicking it, though, as if I'm traveling through time, I'm just going to clench it in my hand and speak some words into it and see if I can get a sense of what this thing is or might be, perhaps.
Okay, you wish to look into the past. That'll be a sight, so it'll be difficulty 6. No, difficulty 5, because you're using time too.
And is it, remind me again what I roll? It's just R8?
Arte.
Is that it?
Arte.
Arte.
So I believe for you it's 2 or 3 dice.
Yeah.
Not sure
Casting
how
magic
everybody is.
sucks, apparently.
I mean,
It takes
less
time
dice is
to-
always not as
2
good.
successes. 2 out of 2. Love it.
2 successes.
Way
You
better than
attempt
those roll
to-
20 dice.
Unless you're rolling for a paradox, then less dice is good.
You attempt to concentrate and let your mind gently tap into the flow of time around you. And it takes a bit of time, almost as if something is interfering. And as you begin to focus, you realize time is off right now. As you attempt to look back through, it's almost as if something is corrupting you as you attempt to look into the past. You get an augmented or a shattered view, and you see 4 people walk down this tunnel. One of them you recognize is the woman that had been speaking to the realtor earlier. The other 3 are darker skinned, taller. They look almost off in how big they are, almost outside of what humans could be. And you see one of them reach down, and you see them take their hands and plunge it into the dirt. And a moment later, they begin to pull back handfuls, and you realize that shouldn't be possible. A human being shouldn't be able to just dig their hands into the dirt here so easily. It's almost as if they're punching through solid, compacted dirt. And once they're satisfied, they put this green fire into the ground, and you watch as a black mist begins to coalesce in front of it. Roll me perception and alertness. A difficulty 7.
I don't like how many rolls you're making me do. It's just asking for trouble. Alertness to, what was the other one?
Perception.
5. Do that. And you said it was difficulty 5?
7.
Because if it was difficulty 5, that's 5 successes. But if it's 7, it's 3 successes.
3 successes. You squint to get a good look as you see the woman look to this shadowy cloud, and she speaks, and you're just able to pick out the end of what she says. And you see her mouth, guard this place. Oliver, as you are standing there, are you trying to make a phone call?
Yeah, because he can't see Erik anymore. Right? Eric's too far away.
Far away?
He's down in the deeps.
Right? You pull out your phone and you begin to dial, and you hear it ring once, twice, 3 times, and then the line goes dead. Begin to feel your heart rate pick up. You just feel the sense of dread and fear wash over you. I need you to give me a willpower roll, difficulty 7.
If I can actually find the will, there it is. Zero successes.
It's not doing well. You wait for it to pick up, and you realize The line has gone dead, and as you're standing there, it almost feels as if someone is reaching out for the back of your neck, and you feel hands beginning to wrap around you. And as you turn, you see nothing there, and your fear begins to pick up, and you bolt for the exit.
Am I conscious of where the exit is though? Or do I bolt in the wrong direction?
You still know how to. There's only two places in this room, unless you want to run into the dirt. You'd be running back towards where you came from.
Back door we came in.
Just bolting for the back door, and just like, Erik, Heather, go! Something's coming.
I'm sitting there. Oh, fuck this fucking guy. Why couldn't I come with Bonnie? Ugh. And I apologize earlier. I don't know why I said Mage was hard. It's really easy. I don't know what Eric's problem is or Oliver's problem is.
It's roll 20. That's roll 20. That's what his problem is. Roll 20 coming in as normal with the vengeance.
No,
Right.
fam. I did 3 games with that, and then I brought my own dice. Way better.
That's what I said. Roll 20. Roll 20 is rough.
Oh wow, they give up so easily, Ree.
Oliver has exited the building as quickly as possible. Erik, what about you?
I'm assuming I don't know. Oh, well, he yelled down to me.
But I didn't,
hear
I
that
didn't
scream?
say I'm leaving. I was just yelling at you to get
Something's
out.
coming, yeah. So based off what I think I've gathered is I probably should not traverse any further into that dark night. If this crystal that's on green flame is, I'm assuming, protecting me from going any further. Again, I don't know if there's a role for that, but I'm just gonna assume protect this place means don't let people in. So with that, I will head back up to the house and see if I can find it where Oliver's hollering at, I guess. I find him just running around the house. Ah!
If I get outside and catch my breath, probably takes him a couple minutes to get out, making his decision. Is there time to I would probably try the phone again out of desperation, because I'm like, maybe I was inside, maybe something was blocking it. Oh my god again.
Sure. And who would you like to call?
Well, I imagine Chiharu doesn't have a phone. Does he?
I mean, he's spiritual,
Yeah,
but he's not.
mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know
I mean-
how much of a monk he was.
I mean, he is not the latest, the greatest. He's not all about material means per se, but it was enough to get them an Uber. So,
Gotcha. Flip phone.
nah, you can't do a Uber on a flip phone.
Now you can.
Yeah,
you can.
Oh yeah.
the
you
Rays,
can.
they have all the screen flippy.
I remember
thing.
when I got one of those old Blackberries and thought that shit was
Mhm.
the coolest. God, it's so terrible.
Forgot about Samsung's latest addition to the flip phone escapade.
I'm
Yeah.
probably trying to call. I don't know who did I try to call. I tried to call one or the other, so I'll call. I didn't really pick one. I just said Bonnie or Chiharu. So okay, well then I guess I'll try to call Bonnie then.
Do we have cell phone reception where we are?
They're just at a house
Oh.
party, I think, right?
Yeah, roll me a D100. We'll see.
How far
If it's a
out in the
number
sticks?
between 1 and 70, you will have cell phone connection there.
Watch her roll.
What if she has Verizon? Is it a 1 to 90 chance then? I mean, it's way better coverage. You know, I mean, I hope you don't have something like T-Mobile or even
all about T-Mobile.
Sprint.
Oh, well, they're the same now. Well, I guess we don't got it. I guess we don't got signal.
You call and you hear it ring and ring and ring, but no answer.
Oh, that must be a good party. God.
Can I calmly walk up the stairs like, oh man, better not go over there. That'll kill me. And just shoot a text message to Bonnie and see if that goes through. Like I'm walking and typing at the same time. Like,
I will say a text message will go through. It's one of those things
so I'll
where
message Bonnie and be
spotting.
like, I'll message her. We're at the house. I found a protective barrier preventing us from moving forward. but I think Oliver's afraid of dying all of a sudden. What should I do?
Oliver is afraid of dying. This is weird.
Yeah, I know. Not a big deal, right? Everybody dies.
Interesting.
How do you ... console someone ... Hug ? Question mark.
You have a very like long pause. And
It's just the dots saying you're typing, but it just takes a long time.
and elsewhere at Chiharu's family home, Bonnie turns to one of her mothers and asks, "One of my friends requires consoling. Mother, what do you recommend?"
Kindness, understanding, being there for them.
She types this out, looks at the message. Is that right?
Yes.
I will send it very skeptically.
literally those words. Kindness, what?
Yeah, she types it taking notes.
Kindness, understanding, and what?
It's just 2 words. They're there.
I don't remember what the third one was in it anymore.
And
Compassion, I think it was.
very skeptically
right.
sends it.
I just look at the phone a little confused, but like, all right, I guess we'll give it a go. I'd like to go find Oliver now and see if I can track down where he ran off to.
I will turn to Chiharu and say, we should go.
Did something take place?
Yes, something did. I'm not sure what, but it seems like Oliver and Erik are having fun without us. We should join them.
Well, what we came for is completed, I guess. All right, but I can call an Uber. They're at the
They're
location.
at the house.
Mm-hmm. All right. Chiharu will stand up and head over to his mom and say, Kasa and I will be back in a bit. We're going to help our friends investigate this house. The mission I was telling you about before.
All right. Well, be careful. Try not to get yourselves in any serious trouble.
That is definitely the goal. Hopefully things will be smooth. So often that does not happen. I guess that's part of harmony, per se.
Things will happen as they are meant to. You just have to be able to deal with them.
Mm-hmm. All right. Stay safe.
As we wait for the Uber, I will search for something that may console Oliver.
Roll me a wit and empathy roll. Difficulty 6.
I like how it's not 3, it's 6.
I have a feeling this is a particularly difficult check for Bonnie.
Ooh.
You take some time to do a little searching, and you find things that are just kind of generally positive for people. You managed to find pictures of small animals, pictures of flowers, just generally things that that people like. You think it'll work.
Okay. I will take a picture of a very cute animal. Perhaps a raccoon. And as the universe cycles, and we may go on one end towards the positive, towards the calming and the comforting, so must we also go the other end. And I will also pick up a snake for Oliver.
So it is done. You get a couple of odd looks as you all would get into the Uber, but it's okay. I assume you plot a course for your friends are?
Yes.
Okay. It takes you all closer to an hour to get there, where you will find your two companions. Both are waiting outside of the house. Oliver seems to just now be gaining full control over themselves, as that kind of fear has finally faded away.
Do I find him first before they arrive?
Sure.
Okay.
God, I would hope so. Otherwise, that would
Right.
be a lot of
They're a
searching.
really fast car. Yeah.
They hid under a bush.
So I find Oliver under a bush.
You find Oliver
And,
walking underneath a cardboard box. He squats down to hide.
I say, "Hey, little guy, come on out here. Come on."
Oh, you came out. Good. You heeded my advice.
Well, I
So-
mean, I found a thing that potentially was going to kill me and or you and or do even worse things. So I decided to turn back. Nevertheless,
I knew it.
but you know what I did not find down there? Dead people. Just saying
Maybe it's because we were going to be the dead people.
about that. And I'll pull out my phone and then reread Bonnie's message and then while reading my phone, put my hand on Oliver's shoulder and says, "Listen, you're going to do great. I understand that you're a coward, but I believe in you." And I'll give him an awkward, side hug. Then mentally, I'm like, "Yep, no, check, got it. All right. You feel better now?"
Oliver starts brushing off his clothes.
You
Yeah.
you got this. Good job.
All right.
Good job.
That's weird. What are you doing?
Just following instructions.
What? Is this some new book you're reading?
No, I have a mentor of I mean, Bonnie said it would help. So do you feel
Ah.
helped?
I feel confused.
But do you feel any more scared?
Well,
Not knowing you could feel less scared just from being outside the house.
I mean, ever since I left the house, it's
Aha!
kind of
It did help. Bonnie is so
Maybe
wise.
she is.
They're on their way, by the way.
Oh, I'm glad. You were able to call them?
No, I messaged Bonnie.
Oh,
Because phones do that. It'll just queue in the network, and then when it can send, it'll send. You don't have to know if it's going to arrive or not. It'll just arrive. It's how text messaging works. Never mind. I'll just.
I mean, the only text messages I read are the kind in dusty old paperback or hardback.
So I think we should go back down with the group. With the group, we've strengthened numbers.
So you just want to make it a pile of dead bodies down there?
Well, I mean, possibly.
Well,
I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but what's the worst that happens? We just come back later, as something else. It's fine. We'll be down the road. Death is a natural thing. You don't have to be scared of it, Oliver.
I mean, I'm not so scared of it. I'm just worried about all of you.
Oh, well, now I get it. And I'll give him another hug, but this time it's more of a real hug, like an empathetic hug, and not a following a manual hug.
Oliver's like,
I care about you too.
Thank
All right,
you.
we'll probably wait for everyone else then.
And at that moment, he turns to see the Uber pulling up, or they hear a car because we were in the backyard, right? So we're not going to see him pull up.
We could have ran back to the street. Up to you. Wherever you ran. Yeah.
I mean, if you called them and you're waiting for him, I figured we might probably head that direction anyway, right?
I'd agree.
All right.
It's so scary down there.
You all see your companion stepping out of a not quite nice Uber, but not a bad one either. And the Uber pulls away pretty much just after you all step out. And it's just the four of you on this little cul-de-sac.
Oh, well. Welcome everyone to the Death House.
Death House. Why do you call it so?
I'll let him explain.
There's something in that house. I don't know what it is. Erik told me he found something that was trying to kill him down there, and now he wants to go back in.
Well,
Not trying to kill me, potentially might want to kill me. I didn't question or press the matter. I just came back up.
Smart. That's why you're still alive.
we should go meet it.
Thank you. See, Bonnie gets it.
We should approach cautiously. I do not wish for any of us to throw our lives away into an endeavor if we can help it.
Not necessarily, of course.
But yes, we should approach with caution. While we enter, could you elaborate on what you saw that caused this endeavor or concern?
But of course. So we went down into the basement and I found a bookcase. And after a couple of tries, I did find the appropriate latch that opens said bookcase. Oliver decided he needed to rearrange all the books in alphabetical order, so we waited for that. But afterwards, we wanted to go downstairs.
It's disrespectful.
And then he got really scared and screamed, "We're all going to die. Don't go down there. Erik, no. Erik, stop." And then I decided to go down anyways. And then he ran off screaming that something's coming and we're all going to die. It's essentially how that happened.
He's not wrong.
Oh, do you mean what's down in the cave? Yeah, I can tell you about that too. So I went down to the cave and I found, I mean, I don't know any other way to describe it, some kind of desecrated earth with a crystal that has a green flame to it. I used some of my abilities to find that it was placed here with intent by someone, one of which, and I didn't get all the notes there, what we saw this person talking to them outside the house, right?
Yes,
Was the real estate agent?
The woman speaking to a realtor outside. She was dictating that they would be the owners of the house soon.
Okay, and the person I saw activate this crystal was the woman the realtor was talking to?
Yes.
That's okay, good.
You saw the woman who was speaking to the realtor, and then you saw with her 4 men, one of which dug up the earth and put the thing inside.
So I'll relay that information as well. So there was a woman who activated this crystal. We actually saw her as we arrived, decided not to approach, which I'm starting to feel like that was the wise decision. But nevertheless, the new buyers of the house have already been here.
Is anyone still here?
Not that I found. Oliver is concerned that there may be dead people downstairs. I haven't seen any yet, but maybe.
It's us. We're going to be the dead people.
It's
Now,
no.
now, as presumably, I will be aware of what's happening here, correct? Based upon some of the
You
factors
can,
described.
If you feel that your character would have arrived at that conclusion, then I will not stop you.
This is a matter of grave importance. What you described of Oliver experiencing that fear, that is something that is associated with humans coming in contact with werewolves. When they see a werewolf, there is an internal struggle within themselves that causes them to believe that this is not real and run away in fright. And what you describe below is of one of the most gravest types of werewolves out there, called Black Spiral Dancer. Oh, Black Spiral Dancer, right? Black Spiral Dancer? Yes. They are everything that other werewolves despise. They
Erik? Well, it doesn't seem that Erik saw anybody moving down there.
Just me.
If it was a werewolf, and if it was the fear that you are referring to, they would have had to see the werewolf physically, and they would have had to have seen the werewolf in a specific form.
depended on the abilities of that particular werewolf. And Black Spiral Dancers, well, let's just say I have some experiences with them. So, in any case, I am perfectly okay with approaching this area, but just know that we are dealing with some of the most gravest supernatural threats out there. If my fear is true, my fear is correct.
Can I roll occult to see if I know something about what's happening here?
Or if you're doing occult, intelligence and occult, the difficulty will be 8.
All right.
Told you, Erik. I told you.
Oh no.
They're there. They're there.
What? Oh, that's this. I'm like, how do you get 8 successes on difficulty 8?
I rolled
Just
initiative.
here's the rule book. Here you go. Everything is true. Everything you say is true.
Everything is true. Nothing is permitted.
So
I love
that
you
is a
for knowing that.
botched roll. That is a botched roll.
No, it's
So-
not botched because I rolled an 8. So
Oh yes, you get a success. So it's just 0.
So
You're
I
correct.
have
It's not negative 1. You're right. You're safe. You aren't sure. There's a lot of details going around. Some of it flows, some of it doesn't, and you just don't know.
I suppose time will tell. I think we should go. Should go see what's down there.
Oh, I thought you were going a completely different direction with that. That's a bad idea.
Bonnie is gonna put her hand on Oliver's shoulder. She's gonna put
Those
her
were
hand.
exactly my instructions I was given. I did it right. I did it right.
Yeah. She's gonna put her hand on Oliver's shoulder, and she's gonna nod sagely as if she understands his plight. And she's going to say, Oliver, I got you something.
Hmm?
And I'm gonna present him the frame, the very nice. I would like to describe this frame photo.
Please do.
It-
Please do.
It's it's a very nice photo. It's about 5 by 6 inches, a square frame, copper, quite hefty in size, and in the frame there's this cream colored background, offsetting this very nice painting of a raccoon. It's among a field of what looks to be from the sparseness of the earth that has been drawn around it, within a flower field. It's interacting with butterfly. It's very, very nice. It's a very nice photo, very comforting.
I kind of looks at it, turns it around a little bit, looks at the back of it. Thank you, but why?
I was told that this is very comforting.
Ah. Well, it is a pretty picture.
I also got you this. And she's going to give him a shoebox. Not the shoebox that she usually holds.
Obviously.
It's probably for the best.
He will give him a shoebox. And
There's holes in the shoebox, right?
does he take the shoebox?
You got me shoes?
Well, there is a low
They look like they might be too big for my feet.
there is a low hissing emanating from it.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in that box? What's in the box?
In the Uber, while they were on their way there, within the hour that it took for them to get there, I would like Bonnie to have tried to use legend, and instilled some quintessence into the snake or the snake in the box. If that is possible.
How many dots do you have in the legend background?
I have 2 dots in legend.
Okay. So you can, by doing something in tune with your legend, you can store a small portion of quintessence inside this animal.
I do. I put some quintessence into this animal, for the purpose of perhaps instilling Oliver with a little bit of this quintessence, a little bit of blessing, along with something that may scare him.
What's in the box?
She gives Oliver a small smile. A gift.
It's a noisy gift. What kind of gift?
Just a little something to give you courage.
It's a little early to be drinking.
I don't think you'd like to drink this. Anyway, we should go down there, shouldn't we?
Indeed. And while they were talking, Chiharu was sending a text message to his mother saying, the place I'm heading to may have black spiral dancers. Please be careful.
Meanwhile, Bonnie will text her mother's going to meet some werewolves now. We'll catch you at dinner later.
Okay. Both of your messages are sent off.
All right. And I guess we make our way inside the location.
Right. So you all enter.
Oliver peeks
You
in the
look
shoebox.
around.
There's a snake inside.
What
And
kind of
it's
snake?
And Oliver, can I have you roll dexterity? And hey, we have a subscriber. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing with your Prime account. It almost makes me feel bad to have this next part happen. Oliver, can I have you roll dexterity and athletics roll, please?
No, this is why this next part's happening. You know, you get to pay for the bad stuff to happen. Oh, it's okay. I have dexterity. I have dexterity. That's not that one. It is this one. Ooh, DC
7.
7.
Ooh.
So
So roll 20.
Do I wanna look?
So roll
Do I
20.
wanna look?
No, you don't. -2. Negative, not even -1. A negative.
So as you go to peek into this box, you see movement inside, but instead of properly moving back, you move forward. And as you do, this snake lunges forward and digs its fangs right into your face.
What
I'm
kind
so
of snake
sorry I
is
joked
it?
about it. I gave Reed the idea. It's my fault.
I would
You just hear
assume
Oliver
this would not
let
be
out
a
like
poisonous
a
serpent.
scream, like.
I mean, of course it's Bonnie. Of course it's venomous.
Where's my? I will find the list of snakes in the book and see how much damage this does.
You thought you had to worry about black spiral dancers. No, you
It's
can't worry about Bonnie and the snake.
not where I thought the day was going, but it's fine. We'll find something.
While you're looking it up, I'll run over and help Oliver.
So
Oh, I looked it up, and there's 25 types of snakes native to Ohio. Only 3 are venomous, though.
We're good. We got a great odds right there.
Roll a percentage dice.
Don't worry, I'll roll.
Yeah,
it
Reed's
with roll
rolling it.
20.
we'll roll a D100.
I knew it. Yeah. I
We
love
did it,
making
Reddit.
suggestions.
It's
I'm gonna
more
be
fun.
kind. So I assume that if you're trying to remove the snake, roll Dex and animal kin.
I don't think there is animal kin.
It's not on your character sheets because it's not a default
Just
skill.
just say roll dex and something you don't have.
You just didn't pick it up. You should have
Roll
picked it
dex
up.
and add
Roll
0.
Dex. Roll Dex and medicine. We'll say this is a medicine check, but
That's
you
okay.
take 2 points of lethal damage, Oliver,
Ow.
to the face.
Ow.
It is very painful.
What is a snake?
Ow.
This snake hits as hard as a
I think it is venomous. I think it is venomous. That's why it's lethal.
Ow.
As he does so, does he also gain the quintessence, though?
No.
Here, have some quintessence.
Just get bit. Just get bit.
You give that quintessence right in the face.
You
Well,
just
how's
get
he
bit.
gonna get
It's just painful.
from the bite?
He's got to suck out the quintessence.
Tell you, being bitten is not how you get quintessence in this situation. But how many successes did you get to remove the snake without
What's the
causing
DC?
further damage? 6.
6. Okay. 4 successes actually. 4 successes on 4 dice.
You
Oh,
are able
thank
to
God!
very
Thank God!
carefully get the snake to release you, and you're able to put it back into the box.
As he puts it back in the box, and he's like straightening his tie, brushing himself off.
Do I have the snake now? I wanted to pull it off his face.
I said you could have it if you wanted, sure. Unless Oliver wishes to hold on to it.
Yeah, like, oh no, poor thing. Talking to the snake, of course. Oh, it's okay.
No, we'll deal with him later. He was just scared. I mean, I'd be scared too if someone who didn't know who I was surprised by a snake in
Tore
a
the roof
box.
off your house? Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
What y'all doing now?
You opened it too early. You're supposed to open it when you need courage.
You didn't say that.
But
That-
do
that-
you feel courageous?
I feel sore.
No, I
Same
was going
thing,
to
same
say
thing.
that bruise does not look pleasant.
Is it supposed to swell like that? Is it? There's like black veins coming out. You might want to get that looked at.
Well,
I pet the snake.
I believe you all are attempting to head into the house. So as you enter, you see it as described last time. The house looks to be in pretty good shape. It looks not quite lived in, but very much in the state to be moved into. Everything seems cleaned, everything is dusted off. As you make your way further, you see where they left the door to the basement open. Nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. Do you all wish to head down?
Very cautiously.
I'll just bundle on down. And everything's safe up until that crystal. I'll just walk down the crystal.
Does Oliver need to roll more fear rolls?
I would need for, we'll say, everyone to roll willpower this time.
Hell.
But
I overcame it.
I don't need it, right?
No, everyone has to roll willpower.
Just because you know it's there.
Well, my background, if it is delirium, I don't take it. But if it's not, okay. All right, 1 second.
Rerolling 1 dice.
What's the difficulty?
6.
Huh?
6.
6.
Is it 6 for everybody, or is it higher for me?
Nope, 6 for everybody.
5 successes.
All right.
2 successes.
Also,
Don't use roll 20, Mike. I don't know. don't do it.
Roll 20 giveth, and roll 20 taketh away.
3 successes.
It is fair. Fair but not kind. All right, everyone succeeded. You feel this sense of unease wash over you, but you're able to continue further down. And eventually you all make it back to the bookcase, and you make it deeper into the basement section, and you see this where this hole has been excavated, leading deeper down. Do you all continue forward?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'd like to lead them right up to the green flaming crystal in the ground.
Okay. You all make your way further inside, and you find a space throughout the dirt are these veins of this glowing, sickly green color. And then situated right in the center of this ground, right at the end of the pathway, is this green, crystallized, what looks to be like a flame, buried in the dirt.
Oh.
So does this ring a bell in terms of any of my experiences with Black Spiral Dancer? Like, has this been any of my studies due to them,
You can roll intelligence and lore for werewolves.
Mhm.
The difficulty will be 8. There's not a lot that know about Black Spiral dancers and the intimate details of what they do.
Wait, the other werewolves don't know about what Black Spiral dancers do?
Not specifically. Only people who
Yes.
would know would be specialists in that kind of thing and people who walk the spiral.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, they're not all super common knowledge. You know, they don't usually share that kind of stuff.
All right, okay. I just kind of assumed that since they were like their trained enemy, that they that they would like know sort of mechanics. Okay.
I mean, I feel like if anything, they would try to hide that sort of knowledge. Like, no, that's not the path.
All right. Go with the 8, you said?
Hmm?
Well, that's not bad. You know what? I'll go ahead and use 1 willpower to make it 2 successes.
Okay. You realize a few things. First, this definitely seems to be balefire, but in a crystallized form. And looking at it, you realize this is some sort of ritual or rite, but you aren't sure what it's meant to do. You recognize kind of the beginnings of one. You can tell that the fire is definitely altering the environment down here, but you aren't sure what the end goal is or the result of it is.
So yeah, they will relay that knowledge to the rest. It says so. It's definitely heading towards my suspicion that it's definitely balefire. So, and this is clearly a ritual, but I'm not sure what is attempting to be done here. Perhaps corrosion.
Can
But-
Oliver roll to see if he's ever heard of anything like that or read about anything like that?
Do an intelligence in either occult or esoteric roll. The difficulty will be 8.
Okay.
And can anyone roll that?
Sure. This is really going to see what you would know as mages.
Balefire.
Difficulties
Yes. What do I know about balefire? What was the difficulty?
8.
Yeah. Yes. Use it for cooking things like regular fire. 0 successes.
Can I try to like use spirit, like use
Yeah, 1 success.
spirit to like sense
better than 0.
around?
Do you wish to sense if there are spirits near you, or peek into the umbra at this location? Well, how many dots of spirit do you have?
I only have 1.
Okay, I don't believe you can look into the umbra with just
Yeah,
one. I don't think you can do the other one, but you can definitely check to see if there are spirits near you.
Yeah.
But
Let's see if
it'll be
there's
a
any
difficulty 4 check, and tell me how you do it.
All right. Difficulty. Okay, I got 2 successes. And well, I'm going to sit down cross-legged and lean against the wall, pretend I'm dead, try to be one with the spirits around us.
Okay, roll perception and awareness at difficulty 4. And I have just checked, and you can see across the gauntlet with 1, but you cannot interact with things on the other side.
I'm gonna cover difficulty what?
4.
4. Okay. I'm gonna cover myself in the fake blood that I carry around with me. You know, everybody's got their emergency fake blood.
Absolutely.
Like-
Absolutely.
Oliver's looking over to Erik and whispering, "Is that blood? Does she carry around blood?"
Everyone's got their vial of fake blood, or so she tells me. I do not. Just
Fake
her, it
blood?
seems. I don't. Emergency fake blood?
It's fake blood.
Well, when you need to pretend to be dead, what are you going to fake blood? Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, let's see how this plays out.
Get with the program.
As you attune yourself, as you let yourself slip into the space between worlds, you open your eyes again, and you find yourself standing in a barren wasteland. You look around, you see grass beginning to burn and rot away, and you see fissures of this sickly green spreading out almost like a spider's web. And as you turn, you see a figure made out of black, jagged shadows. You see it arc itself around you, beginning to almost suffocate you within its darkness. And I need you to make me a willpower roll. Difficulty 7.
She's going to mutter to herself. This looks suspiciously like my Dismesny.
Oh, well, right. It's not good. Not healthy.
One
All right,
success.
let's see how many. Hold on.
It's like I'm healthy.
As you look at this creature, you feel abject terror fill your heart. You feel it not just physically, but in your very soul. And you attempt to move, to pull yourself back into the real world, the material world. And as you do, you begin to tremble. And you are at a -3 dice pools to all actions for the remainder of the scene. Except running away. That one's not a negative.
Okay. Am I still currently in this realm?
You are back in the main world.
Interesting. Do I know what that thing is that grabbed me?
You just looking at it, you do not, but you are welcome to make a roll for it.
I will make a roll for it.
All right, intelligence and either occult or esoterica, the difficulty 6, but you have a 3 dice penalty.
Okay. And am I also able to use entropy when I viewed this figure in order to spot any weaknesses it may have?
With your current understanding of the Umbra and the nature of spirits, you do not know how to interact with things on the other side. So you can see them, but you cannot touch them unless they come on this side.
But can I see any sort of potential weaknesses?
Make the first roll, then I have to make the second roll.
Okay, what was the first roll?
In intelligence and occult or esoterica, -3 dice. And difficulty is 6.
Two successes.
You recognize it as a sort of a spirit related to terror and fear, but you aren't sure exactly which one it is or how it would have gotten here. There's nothing around here that would give birth to such a spirit. With 2 successes, I would say you figure someone has most likely brought it here. And with that revelation, we are going to go ahead and take our break for the evening. So we'll come back in about 15 minutes to see where this takes our party. See you all when we get back. Alright, hello, welcome back to our Mage the Ascension campaign. We're just going to go ahead and dive straight back in as Bonnie has just finished a frightening encounter with the spirit on the other side of the gauntlet. Roll me intelligence and occult to difficulty 6 to see if you know what using entropy on such a spirit would do. You believe that if you used entropy, it probably would not work out the way you would want it to. You know that using them on ghost spirits has very negative things, but you don't know what doing it to a fear spirit specifically would do. But you don't think it would work the same as what you'd expect from using it on other things. So you don't know if it would reveal a weakness to it or not.
But just not the way, it would just not end the way that I would expect it to. I'm going to look at the other three, and I'm going to say, I'm going to need you to stop being afraid now. Stop feeling fear right now.
Afraid? There's no one's afraid here. I'm not afraid. I'm just prudent.
Chiharu looks. Do we notice the shivering in Bonnie's hands and such? Because you mentioned that she was frightened and something was shivering.
Yes, you would notice because it would be very difficult to hide at the moment since he is
Oh
running from
no,
you.
Bonnie's not hiding any of that. Bonnie likes being scared.
What took place? Your hands are shivering.
There's a spirit here. And it feeds, well, it's made of fear and terror. You're going to need to stop feeling fear and terror right now, lest you feed it.
Well, in that case, it would be best, at least for you and Oliver, to exit the premise, as I believe you two seem to be experiencing the most in terms of this fear factor. Should we leave the premise for now and come back a different time?
Sir, I don't know what you're talking about. I am not afraid.
You're only feeding it more.
There.
I put my hand on Oliver's other shoulder. There. The blood covered one.
The blood.
Well, you got me in the face, not the shoulder.
Yep, I pat Oliver in the face with my covered hand.
Ow, ow, ow.
Yep.
Thank you. Ow.
And do you all wish to proceed? Or would you like to come back a different time with a tragedy?
I'd like to consult my parents on this.
Oh,
I wonder if they've encountered any spirits of this sort before.
Perhaps.
This is very exciting. I must learn more about this. And I get off the ground from my pretend dead state and brush off my dress. Let us go. We shall return another day.
Chiharu looks towards the others.
Are you feeling all right, Bonnie?
No, I'm very terrified.
Ah, well, I guess as long as that's clear.
You know it's true because she said it.
It's true. She did say it.
Bonnie nods. The cat.
Oh, now everything's
cat
better.
does.
Now everything's better. We can proceed.
And we're good. The cat can see the shivering.
I didn't know Bonnie had a familiar as well.
Oh yeah, it was in the box.
It's familiar. It's in the box.
It's in a different box.
A different box from what Oliver is currently holding.
Right.
That box has a snake. This box has something else.
Yeah.
If we do not feel that everyone is able to proceed, then we'll concede and we can come back later. But we are here for one reason, and that's to reclaim this node. And I believe this is standing in our way. So if we think we need to go back and re-strategize, I understand.
Well, there is something else. The spirit was brought here by someone.
Oh,
Yes. And
The
then
buyer of the house.
that was what I was thinking as well, Erik. Perhaps in the meantime, we can investigate this person, find out more about them.
I do know someone who would know who this person is. Who might be able to give us more details.
Who may that be?
The realtor. The person we're looking for is the buyer of the house. So the realtor selling would know.
Then perhaps maybe if we give a counter offer.
50 grand. That's it. Between the four, that's easy. That's easy money.
I
Well-
do not dive deep into material wealth. I cannot assist much in this endeavor. Perhaps I could speak to someone
We
as
don't have to make a real offer. We just have
Well-
to catch the realtor's interest.
And to be honest, if we do move forward with the purchase of the property, it wouldn't be our money. It'd be the whatever above the chantry's money. I'm not sure what you would call them.
I mean, it is their node.
Mhm.
I mean, they do live in a different plane in a giant like golden pyramid. I mean, I'm sure they got 50 grand to spare.
I see. That makes sense. In that case, I agree with this plan. However, I will be stepping away as I do have some contacts that are well versed in these sort of creatures. And I could definitely use their guidance in how to fully address this ordeal. But so I will meet you all shortly after I bring this unfortunate news to my contacts.
Who are you bringing this news to?
That I cannot say. Their privacy needs to be respected for multiple reasons. But just know they do battle with the creatures that we are most likely dealing with here.
The black spiral dancers. You mean.
Yes, that's correct.
such a strange name. Black spiral dancers. What's so scary about a black spiral?
Well, just as their name suggests, they dance the black spiral.
But what is that?
Insanity?
Oh, very philosophical. Interesting.
Can I
I'll have to-
presume? Sorry.
No, you're
if you
fine.
could-
No.
Can I presume, this is a question for our storyteller, if this house is still technically up for sale, would there be a sign with the realtor's information out front?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Then I suppose we'll come back later with a
Mhm.
more, I don't know, a better strategy anyways.
Indeed. Please be safe. If you see any individual shift or change, run. Do not approach. Escape.
Change? Can you be more specific?
Shift. Grow.
Into a kitty cat?
Oh no.
A
A
snail,
wolf.
a turtle. Okay, there we go. We need the specifics. Context is very important when you are describing things to be cautious about.
Chiharu, are you trying to say if you see something, say something?
No. That was not my intent.
But
I
if you say
am
something,
able to.
you say
Go ahead.
something.
Well, to each other, of course, right? We want to say something. If I heard Chiharu right, if you see something, run is what I heard.
Yes. More so, even if they shift into something taller, not even their full form, that would give you a consistency that you're dealing with a creature of that variety.
Like a
And
puma?
No. Those of that lineage can grow to a stronger, taller, more athletic type, but looks quite a bit different. You can recognize right away that they are not normal humans when they perform this function.
It's a werewolf. You turn to a werewolf.
There's a form before the werewolf, so if you were to see that form as well, run.
Something between a human
like
and a wolf.
man wolf thing, right? I've seen the movie. What was it called? I can't remember. But there was a big man wolf creature, and he was lightning fast. I mean, it was just a movie, but I mean, nowadays I don't put anything out of the realm of possibility.
Well, most fiction is based upon real life, as we are well aware. Sadly, in some cases. But I do ask, please be careful. They are extremely dangerous.
Where are you all having this conversation?
I assume we haven't even left the house.
Yes, in the
I
cave.
figured we were probably still downstairs with the death fire and
Yes.
still some death fire.
Is this a bad place to have a conversation?
Bad time to
Hint from the storyteller.
It's up to you.
There's eyes everywhere.
skedaddle.
Curious.
Mm-hmm.
Curious.
Just taking a
all
note. I've taken a
Police
note.
are coming,
just making notes.
breaking up.
I believe we have a game plan. Is everybody else okay to leave now? Then
Yes.
I have this strong feeling like we should be having a conversation here all of a sudden.
I just don't feel we should move on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Harmony is telling me such things.
This is
I'm
what I was
gonna head
telling
back
you
up to the house.
before.
Yeah.
I told you this before, Eric. I don't know why it seems like such a surprise now.
There's no dead bodies. Just saying, there's all the things you were scared of.
For
there's
now,
everything.
for now.
There is a spirit, but the dead
See?
body is somewhere else. I mean, it was brought here from somewhere else, so
Which is not the same thing, to be clear. Oh,
there's
Uh-huh.
no
not
dead
the same
bodies
thing.
here currently. If you're afraid, I mean, unfortunately, but
I'm still petting a snake, by the way.
I take
There's nothing to fear, Oliver. Nothing to fear.
I take the snake gently from Eric if Eric lets her take
Of
this.
course.
Oh, what's this? Why are you rolling in roll 20, Ree? Or why are you rolling in roll 20? Just because we were about to leave, so
Not
you roll?
It's not
And I'm
important.
gonna put the snake back into Oliver's shoebox, and I just pat the lid back onto the shoebox, and I say, "You should keep this with you for when you really need it."
I'll keep that in mind, because it's from you. Thank you, Bonnie.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm gonna head up and get the realtor's contact info.
Is
dangerous
Eric
to
the only
go
one
alone.
going outside?
Oh, no, we're all leaving.
It seemed like we were all like, we
Just wanted
seemed
to,
like we
to
all had been
confirm.
like, let's go.
I think his
wanted
point is
to
we're all
confirm.
heading back up to the house. I'm heading outside to get the realtor's
It's
information.
like,
Would
is
you like to
anybody
stay in the house?
staying alone with the balefire?
Yeah, so Chiharu's heading outside, already sending the message to their family that they're about to meet up. So
And I have everyone make perception and alertness rolls. Chiharu -1 dice.
Oh, okay.
Is this
And
the
Eric -1 dice.
is this still the
Oh,
same scene?
whoa! Hey,
Yes,
You said-
your
you said
penalty
with
is
some
still in
alertness?
effect, Bonnie. Perception and
Oh,
alertness.
perception awareness. Okay.
You all have a lot of negatives. I just realized this.
Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why.
Does
Mm,
you all
Just to be clear, I've played in a lot of tabletop games, and whenever something bad happens, it's definitely the storyteller / DM's fault. So thanks, Ree. Thank you.
It's all just the consequences of your own choices.
We don't do this to ourselves. Don't play that game.
Thank you. What's the difficulty again?
Yeah,
For all of you, 6. Difficulty
I
6.
have 1 success.
2 successes.
Ooh, that is a thing of beauty. Do I
One
have?
success.
Wait, what was it? Perception.
And
I wish
alertness.
I wish I had 4 dots there. This would be a thing of beauty. But anyway, this is 4 successes. It would have been 8. It would have been 8 if I had 4
Alright.
dots.
So everyone who got at least 2 successes, you see about 3 houses down, there is a woman who's kind of dressed in most suburban housewife style clothes, kind of a nice dress, and she's walking around to the homes. She has a pie in her hand, and you see her go over. She's knocking on the door. You do notice, however, by her body language, she's not looking at the house she's going to. She's watching you all.
Can I clock that Chiharu also notices what I notice?
That would be up
She can
to
give him
Chiharu.
eyes like,
And I feel like as their eyes meet, Chiharu gives an intense stare, and they're going to use well, I have like 3 different ways that they could be able to see their auras, but they're essentially going to look at their auras to see what it looks like, if it gives off the ordeal of I said some gnosis and other content.
All right, tell me how you do it.
Oh, so they pretty much they keep walking. They don't really. They actually do it relatively slyly. They kind of keep walking, looking at Erik, and then they turn their eyes to the side, and then they just squint a bit. And then as they squint, it's pretty much them using their body movements to be able to take a look into the next area and see what it's like.
All right, sure. Coincidental, roll it.
All right. And what's the difficulty? 4, right? 5?
Yes, 3 plus 1.
3 plus 1? Okay, 4. Perfect. 3 successes for the rating roll.
Okay, roll me perception and awareness next at difficulty 3.
Okay, difficulty 3.
Mm.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
5 successes. You are able to pick out a bright and vibrant aura filled with a mixture of browns and dark reds with traces of black. And you realize you are definitely looking at a werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
You can check what those colors mean separately, but you do know it is a werewolf.
Yes. How would I be able to check? Would it be just another roll for it?
It's in the book.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
Chart. There's a chart in the book. To pull it up. I don't have.
page what of 700 again? I forgot.
You don't have the book pages memorized by now. I'm disappointed. Disappointed in you.
I
If you
have the
check
book
how.
open, fam. I'm not even trying. Like, you tell me where to look
Oh,
at.
I'm disappointed. If you check, how do you do that? It's on page 53.
53? Okay.
It's on the core book. I forget.
53, you said? How do you do
Oh,
that?
it's on page 507 in the core book.
You said, brown. What was the other one?
Brown, dark red, and with traces of black.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is no good. That is no good. So Chiharu will look towards Erik and the others and says, "We need to evacuate immediately."
Why?
There's a woman over there. She's got a look about her.
I
She
look
is
at
one.
him.
She is one of them. I can tell.
You said only run if they change.
No, that was.
Do I
to give-
recognize this woman, by the way, as one of the women talking to because there was a group of people?
Now that
Talking to
you
the
all
realtor?
are staring visibly at her, you do recognize it is that same woman, though her hair is done differently. You can tell there was definitely a attempt at looking different done, but you don't know if it was for this purpose or she was changing her appearance. But it's slightly
her.
different.
She's the one who released the balefire.
Of course. Well, we need to evacuate. My recommendation before was more of an easy way to spot them, but I could definitely tell that she.
Seems pretty easy. Right there. There she is.
You're pointing at her like in real time.
Did you all have a car? I took an Uber here.
We also took an Uber here.
I took an Uber as well.
Oh, well, we rode together, so I knew. In that case, we should find a place to hide if we need to.
Hiding in plain sight has always seemed to be the best course of action.
And to be honest, we probably would not be able to outrun them.
I think werewolves can smell us,
They can smell that we're human.
but they can probably smell us if we try to hide.
Mm-hmm. It's best to be out here, hopefully in front of others, perhaps with.
Are we on a busy street?
That's what I was thinking.
It's a cul-de-sac, so it's not busy. The cars are coming we'll say every 30-ish minutes. You notice a car will kind of come in and either stop or just use the turnaround.
30 minutes is not a lot of. It's not frequent.
It's not a lot of traffic.
Regardless, looking at Chiharu, we've clearly identified who she is, but she does not necessarily know who we are.
I think you're making a lot of assumptions there, young man.
I think without a ride and unable to run
for
away.
My notes. You all are just kind of standing there awkwardly waiting for an Uber while kind of staring at this woman.
I call the realtor.
No, not staring at her. We definitely are in. Wait, my assumption was once I spotted her, I was reaching out for the Uber and heading towards the street to essentially wait for the vehicle to come by.
They come right to you. You don't have to go to the street. They'll come right to the address you put in.
Well, I mean, like, well, I'm presuming we were in like the.
I'm just giving you shit. I'm just giving you shit.
Like, unless they're driving on the
there
grass,
is
I was like,
going to be a little bit of keeping your composure here to not make it aware that you are talking about someone and kind of avoiding looking at them.
We're acting cool.
And by
suspicious.
To do that, I'm calling the realtor.
Roll a manipulation and subterfuge roll. To not be suspicious.
Everyone,
you can add a dice since you are trying to kind of duck down like you're on a phone call. I will add that to your attempted disguise here.
There's nothing else I can use. You said manipulation? I can't use charisma
and subterfuge.
The reason why
this is really less about your personal magnetism, as this is trying to appear as something that you're not. You're trying to make someone think that you are not looking at them or talking about them, while you definitely are.
Great. I have one out for this.
Can you remind me how crits work? Do you need 2 10s or just one?
You need one 10.
Assuming you have a specialty in the thing that you're rolling, that applies.
Yeah, so you have to have 4 dots in one of those attributes or skills in order for it to apply as a crit. That's the reason why I was talking about perception.
But if you get 2 10s, it is a crit?
No.
So you can't crit if you don't have 4 dots and something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you don't have a specialty in that thing, you cannot crit at all.
Okay.
That's why I was so upset about my perception roll.
What's difficulty?
Sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah.
You only get the specialty if you get the 4 dots during creation. So if you get the 4 dots after creation using experience, you don't automatically get the specialty unless you spend experience for the specialty.
No, I will let you guys. You guys will get you will get a fresh specialty as soon as
Oh.
you reach the 4 dots.
So it's free.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
I don't have 4 dots neither, but what's the difficulty?
6.
3 successes.
Well, funny enough, by 1 dot, I got a 10, so that would be great if I would have 4 dots there. But of course, I just have 1 success. Yeah, there's no way I'm passing this. I'm he's a monk man.
Oliver, what about you, my friend?
Oh, I thought it was just for him making the phone call.
Everyone.
It was all of us.
I got an extra die by using the phone call.
Did you say subterfuge and manipulation, or?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Manipulation subterfuge.
All right, it's actually not a bad dice pool for me. I see.
Oh wait, no, you still got one. You still got one.
That wasn't me. That was her.
Oh wait, what?
That's
Oh, okay,
not my
okay.
roll.
Oh, I got
That's Bonnie's roll.
But I also got one.
you. Mm-hmm.
Well, let me roll for Madam Werewolf here.
What'd you say the DC was?
That's a lot of work.
6, I believe it was.
6. Okay.
If it
Well,
was 6, yes.
I added my dice penalty in because I'm assuming that applies to
Yep.
this.
We're good.
I got 4 successes.
All right. So everyone who rolled under 2 successes,
Just
as
suspicious.
your
She has none. She has no successes. She got 2 ones. We're safe.
Under 2. That's you too, buddy.
Yeah, well-
she has some abilities of her own. Do you all think that you all were the only one that had abilities? and
Yeah, I mean, up to this point, yeah,
specialities?
pretty much, yeah. But she's
Well,
got 2 ones,
unfortunately.
so you know that kind of negates some things.
She also has a 10, and she has some specialties with her
Of course she does.
senses. So she does get enough for 2 successes. So if you are underneath 2 successes, you notice that she kind of locks eyes with, I believe it was 2 of you, Bonnie and Oliver.
No,
Got
me.
1 success.
No.
Oh, I only could get one because I
I
only
got
have 1
4.
dot. I only have 1 dot. in
Oh, okay.
manipulation.
Oliver was full. Oliver was full. All right. So
Mhm.
okay. So
He just hides
she
behind
locks
everybody.
eyes. She locks eyes with both of you. And then you see her. She smiles and begins to just walk away.
Ring, ring.
Like steel trap. I know who they are now.
Mhm.
A moment later, you do hear the sound of the call connecting. Hello, Austin's Realty.
Austin's Realty. Yes. Hi. Sorry. My name is Erik Tristan. I was actually just out on a bit of a stroll here and found a property, and I'm going to give her the address that I'm at. I don't know, whatever that is.
Oh, okay.
And I noticed it was up for sale. I don't see a for sale sign. Is this something that's still available?
Oh, well, you are still welcome to put in a bid. It's going to close here in about 48 hours, but if you'd like.
Well, I mean, thank God I called you at this time, right? Because, oof, 40 hours. Perfect. I would love to put in a bid. That'd be great if I could.
Okay. Did you want to do it over the phone, or would you prefer I can send you a copy of the listing through an email?
Do you have an office by chance in the Cleveland area that I can stop by in?
Yeah, of course. I can send that to you. Do you have something to write down, or would you prefer some other?
Would you mind just sending me a text? Same number I just called you at. If you shoot me a text with the details, I could be over. I don't know what time of day it is. If you could remind me, Ree.
It's now you're sitting around 5 in the evening.
I'm assuming you're closing soon. I could swing by tomorrow early in the morning if that's convenient for you.
That would work, yes.
Perfect. Yeah. So just go ahead and send me those deets, and I will see you tomorrow.
Of course, sounds good. The phone ends, and a few moments later, you get one of those Brobo messages from the shorter numbers that tells you, gives you an address. I'm not gonna make up an address because knowing my luck, I would accidentally dox somebody for real. And I don't want to do that. But you receive an address.
Perfect. I'm like, all right. Well, looks like I have an appointment tomorrow to buy a property.
You lie very well.
It is a thing that I do.
It is a skill, an impressive skill, I guess, when time is necessary.
Well, he's got to do something when he's not just lying around. Isn't that right, Quinn?
My boy Sam Winchester.
So, just to be on the safe side, you all are aware that she probably is aware of our presence. Where are you all headed to at the moment? I called the Uber to reach out to some contacts. Were you planning on heading to a particular destination?
Well, I was planning on going home with you.
Very well.
Yeah, I'm just planning to go home. We don't unless I have my library. I figured I'd do some research about all of this.
And since I only got an invite to stay at one person's place, I guess I'm also going to the library.
No,
Well-
you all are aware. I've told you that you have been accepted to stay at my family's residence. This was earlier.
Now I kind of feel like it's a pity invite. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Well, Oliver, since you have the library, perhaps you can do some research on those terror spirits.
Sure. Yes, absolutely. Let me
Especially,
take some notes. Or would you like to come over?
especially the ones that werewolves could conjure. And perhaps we could read some more on some black spiral dancers.
Well, I don't know. I have to look and see. I don't know if I have any volumes on black spiral dancers, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of books in there, and I have definitely not had time to read through all of them.
Very
And
well.
you know, I read. Just saying.
Pulls out a copy of Black Spiral Dancers for Dummies.
Werewolves for dummies.
Oh, yes, here we are.
Oh, yes. I dare you to bring werewolves for dummies to our next potluck.
So seeing that we are in the Cleveland area and we know that there is some mischief afoot, we'll say, as well as these black spiral dancers, and our resident expert Chiharu mentioned that we should run if we see any of them change. I do not recommend that any individual split away from the party. So I'm okay going in groups, but I would recommend that none of us wander the streets of Cleveland alone, if that makes sense.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't recommend that even without the werewolves.
I think I believe if the black spiral dancers are a threat to us, when the safest place to be would be amongst the werewolves who oppose them.
And where is that?
Go on. Yeah.
She gives you a look. Well, back where Chiharu and I are going.
Which is Chiharu has been very, secretive
Hush,
about
hush.
his family life. I'm just saying.
Charles, very shh.
Well, our
I know of vampires. I don't know any werewolves personally. Do you know any werewolves personally?
I have
Well,
never.
Can
Wait,
I have
what?
Bonnie and Chiharu roll 3 dice for me? Don't
Yeah,
worry.
I was like, wait, Bonnie's not aware of their lineage, right? I thought she was not aware of who they were as a group. Well, yeah, I'll go ahead and roll 3 dice.
Well, if her mother is aware, then she would be aware.
Well, I mean, that's true. I mean, she's awakened on the awakened side, but well, I mean, what's the difficulty?
6.
6. 3 successes.
I have 0 successes.
Then you don't suppose this would make sense. Chiharu, you are aware that it is very likely that if one of them was nearby, the others are probably as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Guru can hear for quite the
Why
distance.
yes.
It might not be wise to speak freely where you are at the moment.
Yes. So the minute that Chiharu hears Bonnie starts to speak about Guru, Chiharu pauses, please, puts the finger over their mouth and says, "Not here."
Does Bonnie even notice that before she speaks?
Now, if you
Like
continue,
how quickly like is Chiharu doing that? Like at what point?
the minute
Like at what point are they doing that?
the point would have been the minute that Bonnie would have start talking about Guru, not even getting to the point of like knowing one, but we say if going against werewolf who opposes them, Chiharu would have paused and would have been like, it says, "Not here."
So I guess like at the point where she's like, well, wouldn't it make sense that if we
When we can't not hear, they can hear us.
well, we should all stick together. We should all stick together, and
Chiharu brings up their cell phone. Here. Therefore, it's safe. And we should be safe. Depending upon, of course, if they have the ability to hack us. I don't think they do. But
Those are a different type of werewolf.
I nod and I take out my phone and I say, we should bring them back to our family's home.
Chiharu replies in text, "This is not wise. This is meant to be a secret, as they are not allowed at certain areas."
They're not allowed?
No. This was why. And then with that, Chiharu would just go straight into full-blown text mode. So I'll pretty much just say out in the open, "This is why I was keeping a secret from you all. I am aware of werewolves. I have connections with werewolves. Werewolves do not like mages. They hate mages because mages takes over Karens and uses them for this. Well, before it was adjusted and corrupted by the Black Spiral Dancer. This was why I needed to ask permission for you to come. Otherwise, you would have been massacred at a certain place." So
I'm gonna text as he says this. I'm gonna text Chiharu,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna text them like, why are we texting?
because if we say this out loud, they can hear us. This Black Spiral Dancer, the lady.
And are they texting her that, or are they saying?
Yeah,
that?
they're texting her back. They're texting her that.
Okay, and then she's going to say to him, then maybe we shouldn't say all of this other stuff out loud.
No, all of that was text.
Was that a text? I thought you said this was out loud.
Oh no, all of that was it. That's why I said they go
Oh,
full
this is
blown
all
text.
text. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
all text.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, all of that was in text. None of that was meant to be out in the open. So,
Erik says out loud,
All year.
"I think this is an amazing house. We should put an offer down immediately."
I tend
So
to agree,
well-
Erik. That is an outstanding residence.
Such a spacious basement.
I think I
yes,
especially
Cleveland
like
gets basements. I forgot about that.
it'll be a great place to put a ping pong table, maybe some old arcade games. It'll be a lot of fun.
Good place to put down some roots. some nice green fiery roots. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to mess up the basement with all that smoke.
We'll talk about it later.
You know, roots can really mess up the foundation of your house.
Clearly, almost corrupt the foundation, if you would, is another word I would use.
Yeah, you really have to keep up with the weeding there. Make sure the
Tough.
right roots.
If you don't, they'll just spread. They'll just spread all over if you don't stop.
And
Yep.
and sooner, and before you know it, it's gonna be too late.
Yep, it's just going to cause fear and panic.
Oh, it can be
All
hard
that fun
sometimes
stuff.
to keep up with the weeding when you spend all day keeping up with the Kardashians.
While this is happening,
Well,
Chi-
you will get in trouble for that, for saying that.
Watching
Chiharu,
TV. They're watching TV. That's all.
while that is happening, Chiharu is enhancing their senses, particularly their hearing, as well as smell, to be able to track if the others are approaching. Because as they, of course, they would have mentioned via text that if one is around, there are others around, so we need to evacuate as soon as the Uber comes by.
Well,
Yeah,
we're just
if
waiting
you
for the
wish-
Uber.
If you
I
wish to
gonna-
modify your hearing, first tell me how you do it.
so
Sure. Those
Chiharu.
elf-ears.
Oh no. Well, technically I could. I have the ability to. But I think what Chiharu does is they kind of pretty much sits down on the ground, cross their legs, just takes a deep breath. And as they take a deep breath, it's almost like if someone was doing Tai Chi out in the park. They're just rocking back and forth, enjoying the breeze. And as they do so, they're manipulating the key around them to be able to enhance their hearing.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna text
I'll be
everybody. I'm gonna
Be
text
nice.
everybody. How do we know they won't eat the Uber driver?
that'll be nice. That'll be considered coincidental since it's still in energy work.
All right.
So it'll be difficulty 6.
I reply back, when it's your time, it's your time.
Fair enough.
Okay. 2 successes.
All right, 2 successes. You have 2. You can adjust that however you like, to either putting dots into your perception score or for how long you want it to be. So you can put both into one category, one into 2 different categories, or however you wish to do it.
I would do 1 in perception and 1 in wit, just to be on the safe side.
All right, then it will last for the turn.
Oh, not the, in that case, I'll do. Yeah, I forgot about that. So it'd be 1 for perception, and then make it for the full scene.
All right. So your perception boosts up to 4 temporarily, and that will apply whenever you make a roll to determine something. However, the Uber does arrive. There is a small, not quite small, mid-sized black minivan, and it pulls over, and you see the back door slides open, and you can see there are decent things inside. There are some water bottles and things like that, napkins if you need a hand sanitizer. Does everyone get in?
Oh yes.
Quickly, yeah.
Very quickly.
Oliver
Alright,
keeping
you all
his head
pull
down.
away. And where are you headed?
So now they're in the Uber car. They will continue in their text form and say, now I have been granted permission to allow you to stay. However, you must at least do your best to provide the ordeal that you are not aware that some of these individuals may be werewolves.
You said run though?
No, not the group that we're not. If we had to, my
So
home.
it's okay if it's some people but not other people.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yes.
Charu, I didn't expect this from you. Yeah.
Sadly, some werewolves are just embrace the insanity. That's just the way it works. With that, my family assumes that you all are not aware of their lineage. And so, if you are to come by, you must pretend that you do not know who they are. And no matter what, do not go to areas heightened in magic.
Should we
Because
really be going back there, though?
well,
Now that I think of it, what if they follow us there?
well, they should not. Hopefully. However,
Would
my
this not reveal the location of perhaps werewolf residence?
it's a possibility. However, I will be honest and say my family has had dealings with the Black Spiral Dancer not long ago. One is actually supposed to be coming after me. So that is why I need to bring this to my family's awareness as quickly as possible, so they may be aware of the threat that is located here
Is it
in Cleveland.
Polly?
Fascinating.
Mm.
They wouldn't happen to have any material we could research to learn a little bit more about our mutual enemies.
That was my goal, was to see how much more information I can get.
Yeah, Chiharu can do that. Chiharu can do that, but we can't do that because we can't know that they know that we know that they are who they are. And because of that, we have a mutual enemy.
Mm-hmm. I must attempt to bridge the gap because right now, you two are sadly at a disadvantage as mages.
Is it Grandpa?
It all sounds very complicated.
You didn't mention actually who it was. You just said
You don't know who the enemy is.
no.
Is it
You
Cousin
didn't
Gary?
mention. You didn't mention which member of the family was the one who. I was looking at it not too long ago.
I'll say you can ask your family to know and know exactly how that went down.
Is it our great aunt?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Which is why I find it odd that they wish to come after me, but I digress. I will definitely ask more, but that's why I need to meet with them. However, you do bring up a good point. It's a great possibility that we may be getting tailed. And so, if that is the case, even heading to Oliver's location would cause his place to be in danger as well. We must head to a location that is incognito of sorts.
Maybe we can ask
Yes.
Grandpa and they can help us somehow?
As you all are pulling onto the freeway, the expressway, can I have everyone make me a perception and alertness roll, please?
Oh,
The difficulty is going to get a bump because you all are having a conversation, which will be a little distracting. So it's going to be 7.
yeah.
Luckily,
Perception and what was it? Alertness?
Alertness.
Yeah, perception, alertness. Yep.
no.
I get 2 successes.
Also 2 successes.
You may have answered this before. I probably have forgotten. When you temporarily boost the skill to 4 and you roll a 0, does that give you a crit? No, it does not. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. You said 7? Crap, why it could be? Well, I mean, I had another 0, so I was like, oh, that would have sucked if it was. 5 successes.
So you all are talking. You begin to round the section of the freeway leading into an area referred to as Dead Man's Curve. As this happens,
lovely.
Chiharu, you catch just kind of out of your periphery a large black pickup truck. And what draws your attention to it is that the driver is wearing a hat, and they're wearing it in such a way that you can't see anything below about the mouth of anything above the mouth on their faces in the window. and you catch them speeding up closer and closer to you all.
We all see that, right? Or was it just me?
Nope. If you got 4 better successes.
So who was that
I think I
besides
only
me?
got 3.
Actually,
Oh.
just Chiharu.
I think it's just you. Yeah.
Oh, Chiharu looks towards the others while they're testing, see the approaching vehicle. It says, "Oh yes, they're telling us they're speeding right towards this direction," and they'll point towards the black pickup truck.
Can I use entropy to affect this pickup truck?
You certainly could. Tell me what you'd like to do, and we'll see how it goes.
Give them a traffic jam.
Well, I reach into my bag and I grab a hold of my dice, and just kind of roll them around in my hands, as I try to. I don't know anything about cars.
Blow a tire. Throw something out.
Well, I try to pull on the strings of fate. And what if something really unlucky happens? And now these roads, not very well maintained.
It's Cleveland. I'm
This
just
is
saying.
this is Cleveland, Ohio. Anything can happen to those tires. Something sharp on the road, like some sort of debris.
Anything can happen Tuesdays.
In 1999, there was a drunk driver crashed their cars right here in Dead Men's Curve, and a piece of scrap metal flew out of that car, where it remains to this very day. And no, unluckiest of fates, there was a storm last night and it blew it right into the road and right into the path of this car, where the tire just rolls right onto it and slashes a gigantic hole on it.
Okay, roll your arte. This is pulling odd string of chance and opportunity. So for this time, it is not Volker. So the difficulty will be 6. Leave this. How many dots do you have in entropy? Are you trying to use it an entropy 3 effect or an entropy 2 effect?
An entropy 2.
Check. 2 will let you do, but I believe you should be good. All right, that's fine. All right, roll it. Difficulty 5.
Oh, I got 1 success.
Okay, I will increase the difficulty on a drive check to represent the opportunity for such disastrous events.
Okay. Those ones are saving our glutes.
All right. You see, as they try to come in closer, you watch as one of the drivers in front of you runs over a section of the road that is kind of dented down and imprinted down to stop from speeding. But as they do so, they cause a piece of metal to get caught in their tire, which sends it firing back underneath your car and into the car behind you. As it's getting closer, and it forces the driver to pull back as they struggle to gain control over the car. So, this is how we are going to be doing this. There will be 3 rounds, at the end of which you all will reach the curve. If you are successful, you will get through the curve safely. If not,
You'll
then
die.
maybe
Make
you
new
get through
characters.
it less safely. So, the first time, how we're going to do this is it's going to be you all as a collective group will decide on an action together, and then the other person will take their actions, and then we'll be going vice versa. And keep in mind that the person driving this car is not you all, but it is a
We better have
currently
one hell of an
panicked
Uber driver.
So we shall see how this goes. However, it is going to be their turn since you just attempted to drive, cause them to crash. So we're going to see how well werewolves are driving motor vehicles.
It's, I guess, it depends, right? Are they motorists?
Yeah, they don't have any adults in that. Interesting. Let me see in this one.
They're not meant to drive, fam. They're not meant to. We got the good ones.
All right, no, that's actually not there.
I've-
Okay, so they only have basic roll on this. Interesting. Well, we'll just see how that goes for you guys.
Our Uber driver is Vin Diesel.
You know, they're giant rage machines. How good can they be at driving?
They are getting closer to you, but they are still trying to gain proper control over their vehicle. They are unable to ram into you this time. Then I ask you all, how do you wish to assist your driver who's currently panicking?
If Bonnie is going to provide a disadvantage to our pursuers, can I provide an advantage to our driver? Can I bend fortune in our favor as she does negatively today?
Certainly, you certainly can.
I would like to do that.
Yeah. Thank you, all your entropy folks.
So you have entropy. I believe you have entropy 2 as well. Is that correct?
I do, yeah.
All right, roll it. Difficulty for this is going to be 5.
Difficulty is going to be 5. Is this something I can use willpower for? I forgot how willpower is.
You good?
And that just gives me +1 success, essentially, right? Gives me
Mhm.
guaranteed success. Okay. I think I'm going to use. I'm going to use 2 willpower.
Oh, you only can use one.
You can only
Sally.
spend 1.
Oh, I can only use
Yep,
one.
you can
I'm
only
going to
spend
use one. Okay.
Only 1.
Apologies.
Mhm.
In difficulty, what again? 1 success.
3 plus 2,
Whatever
5.
the difficulty is, doesn't matter.
5.
1 success.
Because
Because of that willpower.
is reduced by 1. Okay. We'll say this person has an average dice pool for this.
I mean, it's literally his job. Ree.
Yeah, he has to be better. He has to be better than the random folks in a pickup truck. Come
They
on.
are an average person driving a mini. They are an average person driving a minivan.
It wasn't a minivan. It was an
For
SUV.
a
This is a-
living,
this
he
is
can
a
drive the
minivan
fuck out
for
of a
Uber.
minivan.
Specs of this
Now
vehicle.
we could check the vehicle stats for minivans, but I'm pretty sure they're not very good at avoiding things at high speeds.
Why would you give us a minivan? Like, really? You're going to give us a Ford Explorer?
You guys are in the suburbs, and I just think minivan for the suburbs.
Well,
Honestly.
you know,
All
we
right,
have
we'll take it.
people
We'll
in
take
the
it.
car.
Hey,
We
Cleveland
need
about the big
Okay.
3?
So
Is Cleveland
they
about the big
got,
3?
they got 3 successes. So
Yeah.
they are panicked. They have gripped the steering wheel, but they are keeping the vehicle going straight. And you all are getting closer to it. And you can see now some of the other cars around you are starting to kind of veer away from you all.
I wonder why.
Probably a good idea.
But it is going to be the werewolf's turn to see what action they're going to do.
Oh.
All right, they get closer, and you can see as they get close, they begin to pull away with the car and then bring it back into that back wheel, and you can feel the minivan begin to, was it dovetail? Fishtail? I forget what the proper phrase is.
Fishtail sounds
But it
good.
begins to kind of
Yeah, it's
wag
fishtail.
behind you. And as you all are seeing your person trying to gain control, what do you do?
I believe in you. I believe in you. Just forget about them.
So-
Let everything fall away.
So
And
I,
drive.
what you doing? Is that,
I was giving him a pep talk.
I was gonna say motivational speech, I guess.
So knowing that
Can I
this
roll to give him a motivational speech?
That is the action you all decide on. Sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is it a group
see.
decision? Well, then hold on. Let's just.
Mm.
No, I'm just. No, let him do his thing. Let him do his thing. Yeah.
All
Motivate
right,
him.
go ahead.
Okay.
You could
Manipulation
do-
and leadership.
Sure. Manipulation.
You're not Kyle. You're Dale. Dale Earnhardt, motherfucker. You got this.
Like, yeah, you get to the end of this, there's gonna be something really good in it for you. So you should definitely keep this car on the road.
I didn't say
I
I was gonna
believe
tip
in
him.
you.
I'm just.
I believe in you. You can do it. Nicorette can help.
Do
Sure.
it.
For magical, cosmic magical power, you're going with regular motivational speech. No paradox. There's no paradox in this. Just
It's worked before. I'm just saying.
Sometimes it's the little things,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's the little things. Watch me roll like -5 successes. Dice penalty -1. What's the DC?
I'm gonna say 7. I feel like trying to motivate someone in this situation is a
Who's
bit
already
harder
scared? Okay.
than normal. Yeah, it's a bit harder than normal.
Oh my god!
One success.
Why does it say I only have a die pool of 3?
You've had 5 plus 3 minus 2.
-1.
Yeah, you rolled 6 dice. It's showing you have -2 dice on here, so you may have.
That's weird. Does it double it up? But even still, like, why does it say die pool of 3? The die pool should be.
It's a full die pool
Yeah.
of 6. It's 5
Yeah.
plus 3 minus 2, so you rolled 6 dice.
That's weird why it listed as die pool 3. But I know that it's showing the numbers.
Are you using the option on your character sheet when you hit the roll, or are you using the third dice pool option?
Yeah, I was using
That's
dice
what's
pool
up
number
there.
3. Oh, that's why
Yeah,
dice pool 3. Okay, never mind. I'm done.
All right. So one
Reading's
success.
hard.
The person is kind of look at you and then flick their eyes back to the road. You think you might be helping? You can
do it.
You're unsure. All right. All right. We'll see how they do. They attempt. You see, they are attempting to gain control over the car, but they're also getting angry with you kind of talking in their ear, and they turn, taking their eyes off the road for just a moment to look at you, just as the car runs over what is supposed to be a speed bump, and you all begin to head directly towards the wall. One more round. I'll determine how this goes. Right now, you've won one, you've lost one.
Nincompoop.
I would like to use one of my past lives. In one of my past lives, a more recent one, maybe 1960s, 1950s. I was Lawrence, a street drag racer, and I was very good with driving, doing the drivey stuff.
Okay, I'm sure. Lawrence sounds like they were very talented at it.
Yeah, Lawrence Lawrence knows a lot more about driving than Bonnie does, but fortunately Bonnie remembers her past life as Lawrence.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me just double check how past lives works.
I have to roll my past lives rating against 8, and each one gives me an extra dot.
All right, roll your past lives roll.
Ooh. So I get 1. Unless the one takes away.
One takes away a success.
but
Yeah, so ones would take away success, so you would have a total of 0 successes.
um,
So,
Lawrence is
good
just
news.
not coming forth right now.
Good news. He's not a botch, so you don't make the situation worse.
I'm not having some past life trauma.
Yeah,
Lawrence did not die from this.
Yeah, that would have been rather poetic. So you see, Bonnie kind of attempts to meditate, to connect with her past lives, and you attempt, as you feel this other being begin to influence things. The person currently driving does not trust you, so you kind of get into a moment where you're fighting over the wheel.
Oh.
Anything else anyone else wishes to do?
Well,
to-
I'm
Yes,
not,
yeah,
I'm not
please.
trying to grab. I'm not
I-
trying to grab the wheel.
I haven't done anything yet. Please let me do something.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
Please,
you.
God, please, God.
Let me do something, please. I haven't got a chance to do anything yet. So, I would like, I know this is going to be vulgar, but I would like to cause the driver to start to fade in and out in existence by manipulating his quintessence and causing him to stun, using the special move that we won't name.
Why not? Name
You
it.
can do this.
That is vulgar.
However, you would also know you are on the middle of a busy freeway. There are cars around you. There are sleepers around you.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be vulgar with witnesses.
Witnesses. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I believe the effect you wish to use is a Prime 3 effect. But let
Prime 2.
me- Prime 2. Okay, then. All right. Okay, so difficulty will be 7. And it
Okay.
is vulgar with witnesses.
Yep. But at least for everything going in place, I'm going to use willpower already to give me a guaranteed success. And I'm going to use 3 quintessence to knock the difficulty down from 7 to 4.
7. Mm-hmm.
7 to 4. All right, perfect. All right, here we go. Perfect. 4 successes.
As you all watch this person, they bring the car around closer, ready to ram you almost directly into the wall with their car. Only for just a moment, they begin to phase out of reality. Their shape, their form takes on this ghostly translucent, as they are both in reality and outside of it. And in that moment, you, Chiharu, feel your pattern begin to be corrupted as reality is angry. And you gain paradox. There is a chart to tell you just how much paradox you gain based on the fact that you did use some vulgar marriage. I believe it's still just 1 point since you succeeded. But it has its price. And just as this happens, the person driving it manages to gain control of their vehicle just in time to swing around the curb. You see the other car kind of turn into the opposite direction of the turn, and they hit the edge of the wall and turn into the trees and things that are on the what's it called, a divider on the freeway. And you see their car smoking stopped there as you all are heading off into the distance.
Is everyone okay?
You okay, Chiharu?
It was rough. It was rough. And they kind of look at their hands, noticing, of course, the corruption that they attempted to take over with the paradox.
Ah, I see. Yes, it can be bad sometimes.
Well, could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. How is everyone feeling?
Alive?
I
Okay.
think alive
Like it could have been worse.
private.
Yeah.
He looks towards the Uber driver, and they kind of whisper and say, I think this is where we're supposed to give a big tip, but I have no money.
I hold out my hand to Erik and I say, "Can I have your phone?"
Insight roll. Give her my phone. I give her my phone.
I take the phone and I give the Uber driver 5 stars.
Okay, thank God.
Thumbs up, maybe. I mean, he did get to live, and that's a pretty big prize. But a bunch of assholes.
You all have some interesting perspectives about the service industry. But as this car is heading down the freeway, the Uber driver's heart rate has most likely gone as high as it ever will, or as ever any other chance in their history of reaching. And you all take a moment to reflect on what could have happened, and you realize you all have made quite the enemies. But I think that will be a story for next week. Thank you all for playing with me today. It was wonderful. You all were wonderful. You all made some interesting decisions there and got some interesting consequences for it. And thank you all for watching. Let's go around and have all these wonderful people tell you about the great stuff they're up to. And we'll start with Kira this time.
Hi, I'm Kira858. Yeah, that was, well, I mean, I've always had them as enemies, so, it's just round 4, it is what it is. Of course, you can be able to find all of our content lists at twitch.tv/Kira858, as well as the Cookout TTRPGs, where we have a wide variety of TTRPG goodness. In terms of projects, we definitely have the season finale of Marvel's The New Vanguard coming out tomorrow. Featuring special guest Josephine McAdams from LA by Night. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited about that. Of course, we're still moving forward with a project at the GR crew called Ghosts of Cerebus, the Expanse campaign based upon the Expanse sci-fi show. So you can definitely check that out on Thursdays at 5:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at the GR crew. And yeah, there's a couple other projects that'll be coming up in the decent future. But just if you want to follow me, just make sure to follow me on Twitter at TheKira858 as well as the Cookout TTRPGs. And that's me.
All right, next up, Carly.
Hi, I'm Carly. You can find me at Carly Plays Games on Twitter, and here every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If I'm, yeah, all right. In terms of having new enemies, I don't know about you, but my biological parents been trying to kill me since I was a day old. So no, it's nothing. And yeah.
All right, next up, Quinn.
Well, hello again. My name's Quinn. Again, you can find me on Twitter at QSellers or the Mercenary Storyteller. I don't have a lot going on other than, again, this show on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but really interested in joining some other tabletop RPGs because I've been having a blast. So I hope you guys had a great time, and I'll see you next week.
All right, last but certainly not least, Sir Monolith.
Hi, I'm Sir Monolith or at Sir Monolith on Twitter. Yeah, like Quinn, I don't have a whole lot going on outside of this particular game right now. We're waiting for new seasons on other stuff to pick up. But keep an eye out. We'll be here and around, and yeah, just keep an eye on Ree's channel because I'll probably be doing something here.
All right. And with that, our game has come to its conclusion. We will find someone here to raid, so stick around and go and show them some love. But then make sure to join us next week as we continue this story and see just what our mages managed to get themselves into.